You're doing everything right in the gym, eating your protein, staying consistent, but you're also having few drinks every night, and you're wondering why your progress sucks. Let me tell you exactly what alcohol is doing to your muscle growth after 40. And yeah, you are not going to like it. I'm sorry. Because here's the deal. You're not 25 anymore. You can't pound beers all weekend, hit the gym on Monday, and still make progress. But you have got this routine. Couple of glasses of wine with dinner, beers on the weekend, maybe a few whiskey while watching the game. It's not like you are getting hammered. You're just relaxing, unwinding, living your life. Meanwhile, your gut is not going anywhere. Your recovery feels like crap. You're sore for 3 days after every workout. And that muscle you're trying to build, it's barely showing up. So you start thinking, maybe it's my age, maybe it's my genetics, maybe it's my routine. But no one wants to talk about the elephant in the room, the alcohol. Bro, if you want straight talk about fitness after 40, the stuff that actually matters, not the stuff people want to hear, subscribe right now. I break down the real science and practical strategies every day. No lecturing, no judgment, just information you can actually use. Let's get into this. So, does alcohol prevent muscle growth after 40? The short answer is yes. The long answer is it's complicated, and how much it matters depends on how much you're drinking. When you drink, your body treats alcohol like poison because it is. Your liver has to process it immediately, which means everything else takes the backseat. Protein synthesis slowed down, recovery compromised, fat metabolism shuts down while your body deals with the booze. Now, here's the specific problems for guys over 40. Alcohol lowers testosterone and raises cortisol. The exact opposite of what you need. Your testosterone is already declining naturally. You're fighting an uphill battle, and then you are voluntarily making it worse by drinking regularly. One study showed that having 5 or more drinks can suppress his testosterone for up to 24 hours, and your protein synthesis, the actual process of building muscle, it gets reduced by up to 30% after drinking. So that workout you crashed, you just kneecapped the recovery by pouring drinks down your throat afterwards. Now here's where it gets interesting. The dose matters a lot. Having one beer or one glass of wine probably not going to ruin your progress. Your body can handle that. 2 drinks a few times a week, you're starting to see some impact, but it's manageable. But if you're having 3 or 4 drinks multiple nights a week, which a lot of guys over 40 do, you're absolutely sabotaging yourself. And here's the part no one talks about. It's not just the alcohol, it's everything that comes with it. You drink, you sleep like garbage. Your sleep quality goes down because alcohol disrupts your REM cycles. You wake up feeling like crap, so you skip the gym or half-ass your workout. You're hungover. You eat like an idiot. Pizza, burgers, whatever sounds good. One night of drinking doesn't affect that night. It affects the next 2 or 3 days of training, of eating, and recovery. It's a domino effect. Now let's talk about the beer gut for a second. You know why it's called a beer gut? Because alcohol is empty calories that your body can't use for anything productive. 7 calories per gram. And none of it builds muscles. None of it fuels your workout. None of it does anything except get stored as fat, especially around your midsection. You're over here counting your protein, tracking your calories, trying to stay in a deficit to lose fat. Then you drink 5 to 700 calories in alcohol on a Friday night and wonder why the scale is not moving. Do the math. 3 drinking nights a week at 500 calories each. That's 1,500 extra calories. That's the difference between losing fat and staying exactly where you are. Now, here's my controversial take that will piss some people off. If you drink more than 4 drinks a week and complaining that you can't build muscle or lose fat, the problem isn't your workout programs or your genetics. The problem is your priorities. You can't have it both ways. You can't drink like you're in college and expect to look like you train seriously. And I know what some of you are thinking, but I know a guy who drinks and he's jacked. Yeah. Is he on testosterone replacement? Is he genetically gifted? Is he 28? Because at your age, naturally, you don't get to drink regularly and build an impressive physique. Just pick one. You cannot have it both ways. So what's the practical solution? I'm not going to tell you to never drink again. That's not realistic for most people. And frankly, it's your life. But if you're serious about building muscle and losing fat after 40, Here's what actually works. Limit it to 2 or 3 drinks max per week. And I mean actual drinks. Not triple pours of whiskey you are calling one drink. One beer, one glass of wine, one shot. That's a drink. Don't drink on training days or the day before a hard workout. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. If you train Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then maybe have a drink or two on Saturday. Let your body actually recover and build muscle the rest of the week. And if you do drink, hydrate like crazy and get your protein in. It won't completely offset the damage, but it will help. And for God's sake, don't drink right before bed thinking it helps you sleep. It doesn't. It makes your sleep quality terrible. Here's the honest truth most people don't want to hear. The guy who gets the best results after 40 don't drink at all. Or they drink so rarely it's basically irrelevant. I'm talking once or twice a month max. Is that extreme? Maybe. But those are also the guys who actually look like they lift. You have to decide what matters more. Having a few drinks multiple times a week or actually seeing the results you say you want. Because you probably can't have it both ways. Not naturally and not at your age. So does alcohol prevent muscle growth after 40? Yes, significantly. Does one drink ruin everything? No. But regular drinking, even moderate drinking by social standard, is absolutely holding you back more than you think. Look, I'm not here to lecture you about your lifestyle. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. But if you're putting in the work at the gym, eating right, and still not seeing results, this might be why. The question you have to ask yourself is, what do I actually want? Do I want to relax with drinks most nights and maintain an average physique? Or do I want to look noticeably fit and strong, even if it means cutting back on alcohol? There is no wrong answer, but there is a real trade-off. And at your age, the trade-off is bigger than it's ever been. Make your choice and commit to it. But don't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. Now, go decide what actually matters to you. Smash the subscribe button, share with your brother who needs to watch this, and see you in the next one.